Hey guys, it's Stacy and today I'm going to be doing my favorite books of 2016. I only have 5 books on this list, but I also have a few honorable mentions that aren't quite on the list, but I feel like they do deserve some love and that I did really enjoy them and I wanted to mention them as well. But we're just gonna get into this video with the books I loved. The first one I have here I read at the beginning of the year, and of course I loved it, and it was The Mime Order by Samantha Shannon. This is the sequel to The Bone Season. If you did not know, I love The Bone Season. I read The Bone Season 2015 and I loved it. I adored it. I still adore it, and I adore this one. This is such a unique and fascinating world that it just astounds me every time I look at it or think about it, and I cannot wait to reread this book. I cannot wait till the third one comes out in 2017, and if you have not read this amazing series yet, start it and you'll love it. The next book I have on here is The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I adored the series. I adore this whole series, but there's just something about this first book. It's just so... I love it. If you don't know, if you like Criminal Minds, you'll like this. It's Criminal Minds in a YA book with teenagers, and it's so unique and interesting, but it has you on the edge of your seat, and sometimes it can make your skin crawl because some of it is just so creepy. I would highly recommend this. I love this series, and I finished it this year, and then the entire series is complete. Next book I have on this list, and I don't think I could have this list without this book on here, and is Envision by Sherilyn Kenyon, the 7th book in the Chronicles of Nick series. This book and the 5th book are my favorite books in the series, and I absolutely adore this book. I cannot wait for the 8th book. I love this book so much. It's just, the series means the world to me, and read it. It's amazing, and I love it, and I have this symbol on my arm right here, so if that doesn't show how much I love this book series, I don't know what will. The next book I have on here, it's a book I did not expect to love as much as I did, and a book that really has resonated with me, and I really remember it, and it is Just Listen by Sarah Dessen. This is an older book, but I read it this year for the Diversithon, and it was absolutely amazing. I don't know, it just really stuck with me, and it's just something that I love now, something that I know I'm going to reread in the future. I'm so glad this was my first Sarah Dessen book, and it's just made a really big impact on me, and I really enjoy it. And this last one for my favorites is probably one of my top favorite books of all time now. I think it might be my favorite book this year, and it was just... I loved it, and it is The Dark Days Club by Alison Goodman. If you like The Infernal Devices or any of Cassandra Clare's books, read this one. It's about demon hunting in that era, and it's just so... It's not even that it's really action-packed or whatever, but it's just, there's just something about it. It's so beautifully written, and it, the story just kept going and progressing, and there was so much building, character building and world building, and I love this book so much. I'm so excited for The Dark Days Pact, which is the sequel to this. It comes out in January. I'll be reading it, of course. But definitely, if you like demon hunting and the Infernal Devices, read this book because it's amazing. And one, it's a beautiful book, and the end pages are really pretty. And shout out to Olivia for buying this book for my birthday, because praise bless. And now just a few of my honorable mentions that I feel deserve more love and that I did really enjoy this year, and they were really close to being on this list. The first one I have is Beware the Wild by Natalie C. Parker. This was probably one of the most unique books I have ever read in my entire life. It's about this magical swamp type thing that sucks people in, and once they go in, nobody remembers them, but the main character, her brother, goes in and she can remember him, and it's just... It was a ride from start to finish. I have a full review on it, but I love this, and it was just... really enjoyed it. And Natalie C. Parker is a queer woman herself, and Queen wrote this book, and I love this book. This next book should be no surprise because I have talked about it nonstop since I read it, and that is Everything by Nicola Yoon. This book was so close to being on my list, but the ending still does not sit well with me. But I do really love this book. I love the characters. I love the cover. Cover's beautiful. But it needed to be mentioned this because I did really love it, and it just warmed my heart to the core, and I cannot wait to read her next book, and I'm super excited. And my last honorable mention is Legacy of Kings by Eleanor Herman. I don't mention this book enough, but it is really amazing. It's a historical fiction following Alexander the Great, but there's magical aspects in this book. And I don't like historical fiction, but this one really captivated me and kept my attention and had me just flying through it. And I thought it deserved a spot in here because it's like the first historical fiction book I've actually really enjoyed and loved. And this is an amazing book, and I have the sequel to it that I need to read. Yes. So those are my favorite books of 2016. Comment your favorite books of 2016. I will be making my least favorite books of 2016. I don't know when I'll be making it, but I'll be making it. And so that is it for today's video. I hope everybody's having a great week, and I will see you in another one. Bye!